Rolando, can you lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence for the men and women in the armed forces, our first responders, those fighting the good fight in the Ukraine, and those suffering from military conflict in the Middle East and worldwide. Thank you.
Here.
Walter, would you like to reconvene the Board of Finance?
I reconvene the Board of Finance.
And I will reconvene the Town Council. And Katie, what do we have first up?
Well, today, being the 17th, we're going to start with, is there any public comment? No. Okay.
Okay.
Then we're going to start with item number 2, discussion of the Finance Department budget for fiscal year 2026-2027.
Olga?
Good evening, members of the council, members of the Board of Finance. I'm here to present our budgetary request for the upcoming fiscal year for the Finance Department. To start off, just a general description of what the Finance Department is responsible for. We do oversee numerous financial functions of the town and the operations, and these are just to name a few. I guess the most notable ones is, to work on the annual audit. As part of it is a compilation of our financial statements. We do oversee, of course, day-to-day operations. We oversee our long-term debt. Day-to-day transactions include accounts payable, purchasing process, payroll, and of course tracking our revenue. We do oversee our investments, pension management, risk management, and of course throughout all of it we do have to make sure that we are compliant with state and accounting standards and requirements. I feel like this may be a good time just to kind of update Town Council and the Board of Finance about our, what we were up to during the fiscal year 26 as a Finance Department. So our current year highlights for the first 6 months of the current fiscal year, due to implemented expanded short-term investment strategy, we did generate additional $159,000 of interest income in the first 6 months of this fiscal year. This is in addition to additional interest that was reported and earned in the last fiscal year since about November when those changes were made. Increased yield on idle cash balances also generated over $65,000 in interest income for the first 6 months of this fiscal year. And a new, notice, because unfortunately there was no update from me during our January meeting. The town did receive unanticipated revenue of over $1 million from IRS. So that opportunity was identified spring last year, and after it was verified, confirmed, May and myself made a priority. We lined things up and we filed for it, and the town did receive over one check for $1,038,000. So very busy and exciting 6 months. And our imminent, future goal is to roll out vendor ACH payments. The town still processes and issues payments via check. So that certainly slows things down, and it's very costly. The stamp alone for us, it's 74 cents. So by rolling out vendor ACH, we will definitely be able to see some savings in that respect. And as noted, expected benefits are faster, more secure vendor payments, reduced check printing and postage costs, lower fraud risk, and improved internal controls, streamline reconciliation and audit trail, and improve vendor satisfaction. So that's the focus of my department in the nearest future. And moving on to the request. On the Finance Department, we do oversee revenues. That's all revenues other than fees, fines, or taxes. So mainly, I actually don't know. Thank you. Page 4. So the biggest categories, I guess, for us is intergovernmental, which are state revenues. We do oversee interest, some of the miscellaneous other revenue, tax relief, and transfers in. So for state revenue, the governor did release his proposed budget, and we are seeing an increase for the town of New Milford in the proposed budget of about $200,000. Mainly that positive variance comes in a town aid road assistance that we receive from the state. Now it's just the first step in a state budget process, so we will see what the legislature does as this budget as proposed moves forward. But currently, there's an additional funding for the town. Interest income, my recommendation is to keep fairly the same, because interest rates do fluctuate. We're still seeing a decline, so we do want to be conservative. And based on the prognosis from our financial advisors, this seems to be like a reasonable mark to remain at for the upcoming fiscal year. And I guess the most notable change is that this budget as proposed does not include any use of waste management funding to supplement this budget. So this is another change. And there's no change in tax relief.
Any questions on the revenues for Olga? Okay,
Thanks,
move on to
Olga.
expenditures, Olga. Thank you.
And for the expenditures,
Page 61.
thank you. This is just in relation to finance department itself. So for our overhead, personnel line item is about $444,000. That includes contractual wages for the personnel. We are keeping overtime line the same at about thousands. Every so often during the year, there are busier seasons than others, so sometimes we do dip into overtime line if necessary. Material and supplies, that mainly includes our software for the purchasing authority to track bids. We see some increase in that line a little bit, but it was offset by reductions in other material and supplies. CCM membership remains where it is, slight reduction, and GFOA membership. And that sums up the request for the finance department.
Any questions for Olga? Yes, Ellen.
Just a quick question on the no transfer of waste management funds, and that has to do with none for just regular budget for the town, right?
Correct, yes.
Great, thank you.
Olga, could you send the slide deck to the town council?
Sure.
I liked it.
Absolutely.
Does anybody have any other questions for Olga?
Is-
Great. Katie?
I was gonna ask, is that not on the town website along with the budget?
Not the presentations. We don't generally put
I
presentations,
see.
to my knowledge, right? In
I
the
just
past.
thought that there might be people, residents who would
Oh.
like to see that as well. Maybe, is there a way you could do
Sure,
that?
we absolutely could do that.
Yeah.
Could I ask a little bit of an off-topic question? You can always say no once I say it. So thinking about the changes to Pettibone, the child's, bike path and the pickleball courts and stuff, that money it was said that it would be coming from waste management.
If that was approved by the Board of Finance and a town meeting.
No, yeah.
And it will go to the town meeting?
Absolutely.
That's what my question, thank you. Great.
Board of Finance, you're right, would review it.
Yeah, we'll approve it at our next meeting.
Yep, and then it would be a town meeting that would decide it ultimately.
Super, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions for Olga? Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Olga. What do we
Okay.
have next?
Item 3 would be our discussion on the legal budget for fiscal year
And
26,
what page is
27,
that?
and that'd be page
89, I believe.
89.
And then it's broken down on page 90.
Yep.
As you can see, we reduced that line by $40,000. And as you can see, other legal was a reduction of $20,000. And also legal retainer was a reduction of $20,000. And the reason being for legal retainer is looking at that over a 3-year spend. there's that additional 20,000 that really hasn't been needed. So we reduced that adjustment. And that's where you get the differential of $40,000. Does anybody have everything else is kept the same?
That's right.
Does anybody have any questions? Ellen?
Thank you. Does this legal budget include the cost for town council?
Yes. Thanks, ma'am. Any other questions?
Can I keep
Okay.
some of the retainer?
Nice. Sure. We'll ask Randy.
All right.
All right, Katie, what's next?
Item number 4, discussion on the mayor's office budget for fiscal year
We're going to
26,
start with
27.
revenues first because we do create some revenues.
Okay, yes, you did.
And that's going to be
Revenues are in the beginning.
page 2,
Right,
Oh, revenue, I'm sorry.
revenues.
revenues
Sorry.
first.
Page 2.
The good news first, right?
Okay. So as you can see, we kept the revenues flat from year over year. As you can see, we had a nice jump in passports from 26. Beginning of the year, 25, 26, we went to 17,000. We're going to keep that the same because we never know. That seemed to be kind of the delta. You never know how many people are coming in, the need for that. Obviously, anything that would be additional, we would then capture that as an unassigned, unexpected revenue. The mayor's initiative revenue stays the same, so it's flat as it was years prior. Does anybody have any questions on the revenue? All right.
What is the mayor's initiative?
Mayor's initiative revenues can be anything from people using John Pettibone to people coming in with like soaps for sports
Yep.
sports activities. So
Sure.
it's all that stuff
Okay.
together.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Next, we'll go to the expenditures. Katie,
Yes, page 49.
page 49. And you'll see there's a reduction in this budget of $14,792. If you flip the page, the next page, page 50, you'll see the breakout. So you have the personnel, you have the contractual obligations within the personnel. Year over year, you will see a reduction as we reduced the community information administrator position. That was really taken out of the budget, and it was really supplanted with an additional person, as the town council and the board of finance knows, for IT, as they needed a different person as they continue to grow. So we moved those funds over for that position. You'll also see the stipends went up 1,000 due to passports, just because of the continued work that they're doing. Tourism is a reduction of $2,000. Materials and supplies are the same. The expense account is the same. Does anybody have any questions on the mayor's budget? Mary Jane?
Just what happened with the retro pay?
I can take over that question because salaries have been entered, by me or by my office, because salaries as listed, represent the approved processes or procedures or contractual obligations. So the retro pay over a year and a half ago, I believe, or 2 years ago, there was a meeting at town council, and there was a motion that passed to change the process and make an administrative process for the mayor's salary to have that included into the budget. Well, unfortunately, current budget, fiscal 26, did not adequately included that procedural change. So for the current fiscal year, mayor's position was the only position that was not affected and was not changed. There was no increase for this fiscal year. So in order for us to, make up and to comply with the approved process as proposed, I'm including retro for the next fiscal year to comply with the intent.
We voted on it.
Yeah,
You-
oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
remember.
just couldn't
Yeah, I know.
understand why.
Yes,
I mean, you weren't
because-
complaining?
No, right, I know.
Like, where's my extra?
Any other questions? Okay, next.
Set? All right, now we'll go
Thank
to
you.
item number 5, town council budget, page 47.
And town council, you'll see the line, it's a little bit of a reduction. You'll see the reduction in the consultant line from 33,000 to 32,500. Legal notices is the same as last year. And materials and supplies reduced it by $2,000 as we looked at the trends. There seemed to be some additional funds left over year over year, so we reduced that to kind of fall in line with the actual spend. So we had a reduction, I believe, what was it, $2,000. Any questions on the budget? Okay,
Next,
Katie?
we have Board of Finance budget, page 59.
Board of Finance budget has a slight increase in the personnel line, which is the biggest part of our budget, and then the materials and supplies are remain the same, so it's about a $300 increase over the, $100 increase over the previous year.
Any questions for Walter on the Board of Finance budget? Okay. Katie?
That's it. Item number 7,
Okay. How quick was that?
very quick.
All right.
So we'd like to
And
move
next week,
to-
tomorrow night, we have, Katie, if you can let people know, what do we have for tomorrow night?
Okay.
Tomorrow night will be a longer one.
Yes, so go home, get some sleep. All right, so tomorrow we'll have the registrar budget, tax assessor, tax collector, personnel, and then the fire departments, Galersville, Northville, Waterwich, all of them, the ambulance budget, and the police department budget. And that will probably keep us till, hours. No, but it won't be this short, that's for sure.
And Walter, do you have a motion?
Move the Board of Finance recess until tomorrow evening at 7 p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town council moved to recess till 7 p.m. tomorrow evening.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Pete?
Thank you. Okay.